Hello guys, today we'll continue practicing our division problems. So our TEK is 5.3C because we're still doing long division, 4-digit divided by 2-digit. So our objective is we will know how to fluently divide 4 digits by 2-digit numbers. We will understand how to solve 4-digit by 2 digits using long division strategies, and we will be able to describe the long division process to a partner. Okay, so you will need your journal, a pen, and a pencil because we will practice 2 problems before you head on and do it. Practice problems by yourself. Okay, so grab a pen, pencil, and your journal. Okay, here we have our journal. So we're gonna open up to our anchor chart that we did yesterday, which was a long division anchor chart. Okay, so here we go. We're just gonna review before we practice our 2 problems today. Remember our vocabulary: divisor. It is the number divided into another number. The dividend is the number that is divided by another number, and the quotient is the number that results from a division. So for example, here, this is our dividend. The orange color right here, that is our dividend. That is a number that's going to be divided into another number. 21 right here is our number divided into this, so that is our divisor. And our quotient right here is our answer to a division problem. Okay? Quotient is our answer to our division problem. Divisor and dividend. Okay, so let's practice our 2 division problems today. So you should have your work right here already from yesterday. So on this side, we are going to do 2 more practice problems that you will follow along with me. So you will follow along with me. Whatever I do, you do, so you can practice, okay? And any questions that you don't understand, you will let me know. So again, our TEK number will be 5.3C. That is our TEK number, 5.3C. Okay, and we're gonna write right here example 1. Okay, right here. This is example 1, and it's still 5.3C. I'm not writing the title because it's the same thing from yesterday, long division. Okay, so we're gonna start off by writing our division problem, which is 4,693 divided by 32. Okay, first things first, we have to make sure that we have this number in our division house, right? With the little division, long division house. So we're gonna write 32 right here, and then we're gonna write 4,693. Okay, so our first thing that we're going to do is think of the division family strategy. So we're gonna write it right here: dad, mom, sister, brother, and Rover. What does the D and dad stand for? Stands for division. Mom is multiplication, sister subtract, brother is bring down, and Rover, our puppy, is to repeat or remainder. Okay, so now this is a big number, 32. We don't really know our multiplications of 32, right? So like in our problem of yesterday, I kept writing the numbers on the side. That's like where our multiplications right here. Okay, so we could start by counting by 32 or multiplying 32 times 1, 32 times 2, etc. Same thing, skip counting. So I'm just gonna put it on this side. So 32 times 1, right here, is 32. 32 times 2 right here, right, is 64. 32 times 3 is 96. Okay, and 32 times 4 is 128. So I'm just skip counting. If you forget what is 32 times 4, or you don't know it because by memory we don't know it, just skip count. 32, 64, 96, 128. You keep adding. That's basically what you're doing. 32 times 5 is, oh, I made that small. 32 times 5 is 160. I think that's as far as I will go for now. If I need to, I will keep going. Okay, now I'm ready. Does 32 divide into 4? No, right? 32 is way too big for 4. So I will put a 0 here, and I will now go into 46. That's 32 divided into 46. Yes, right? How many times? Once. So I'm going to put a 1 because if I'm skip counting, 32 times 1 is 32. You can write it here just so you can have it too. I'm going to put a 1 because if I'm skip counting, 32 times 1 is 32. You can write it here just so you can have it too. Okay. Okay, so we already know 32 divided into 46 is 1. So now we have to multiply. That is mom. So 32 times 1 is 32, right? So now we have to subtract. So we're subtracting. 6 minus 2 is 4. And 4 minus 3 is 1. Now, that cannot be a remainder yet, so we have to bring brother down. So we're bringing down the 9. So now we have 149. Now, we're looking at our skip counting or our multiplication over here. How many times can 32 go into or divide into 149? Well, all the way up to 4 times, because if we do 5 times, it's over. So we're going to do 4. Okay, so 32 goes into 149 4 times. What's 32 times 4? Multiplication. 32 times 4 is 128. So now we're subtracting. Okay, 9 minus 8 is 1. 4 minus 2 is 2. And 1 minus 1 is 0. So now we're bringing down, because we already subtracted, we're bringing down the 3. So now we have 213. So we're dividing the 32 divided by 213. Well, we still have to keep going because we only went up to 5. So let's do 32 more. So 160 plus 32 more, which is 32 times 6, right? Plus 32, it should be 192. Okay, so we could still go maybe one more just to check it out. So 32 times 7, so 192 plus 32 should be 224. Okay, we went over, so we should stop right there. Okay, so 32 divides into 213 6 times. So let's put it 6. Now we multiply 32 times 6, right? We already know it's 192. Now we are subtracting, so let's subtract. 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 minus 9, we can't do that, so we have to borrow. That's 1. 11. 11 minus 9 is 2. Okay, and then 1 minus 1 is 0. So now we have to put this as our remainder because we are not bringing down anything. Okay, so that will be R, or remainder of 21. So our answer is 146 remainder of 21. Okay, that was our example 1. Now let's try example 2. So I would just do a little squiggly line. Let me make it with my pen right here. And let's do example 2. Okay, remember, you could pause the video and go as fast or as slow as you need to. Okay, so our next example will be 6,144 divided by 16. So before we start, we need to make our little division house, right? So let's make our division house. 6,144. Sorry, that went a little crooked. Divided by 16. That is a little crooked right there, so I'm gonna try to solve it right here. Okay, now instead of us just trying to divide, let's make it like we did over here with the 32s. Let's do our multiples, our multiplication. So 16 times 1 is 16. 16 times 2 is 32. 16 times 3 is 48. I'm just skip counting. 16 plus 16 plus 16. Okay, 16 times 4, 64. 16 times 5, 80. 16 times 6, 96. Let's just go up to 6 for now. If we need to, we could keep going. Okay, and don't forget your strategy. Dad, mom, sister, brother, rover. D for dad is to divide, multiply for mom, sister subtract, brother bring down, rover repeat, or remainder. Okay, so now we're dividing. Can 16 be divided into 6? No, right? It's too small. So now let's go to the second digit, 61. Can 16 be divided into 61? Looking at my multiplication right here. Yes, but if I go to 64, it's too much. So let me go one less. That's 48. So that's how many times? 3 times, right? Don't forget your 0 here, okay? So 3. Okay, so now multiply. What is 16 times 3? 48, we said, right? So now we're going to subtract. 1 minus 8. Can you do that? Nope, you cannot subtract. So we're going to do 11, and that's a 5. 11 minus 8. That should be 3. And 5 minus 4, 1. That's correct. Now what do? We need to bring down. We're bringing down the 4 right here. Okay. 138. Ooh, we only went up to 96. So let's keep trying. Let's see if we don't go way over. Okay, so 16 times 7 is 112. 16 times 8 is 128. We could keep going. And 16 times 9 is 144. Okay, that was way too much. So 16 can be divided into 134. How many times? 8 times, right? So we're going to write 8. Now we multiply. 16 times 8 is, we said, 128. Now let's subtract. 4 minus 8, can you do that? Can you subtract that? So let's borrow. So that becomes 14, and that becomes 2. 14 minus 8 is 6, and 2 minus 2 is 0. Okay, so our next step is bring down. So we're bringing down the 4. Let's divide. 16 divides into 64. Ooh, perfect, right here. Perfect 64. So how many times was that? 4, right? So let's put a 4. Ignore my line right there. I was a little crooked. Okay, so now we multiply. 16 times 4 is 64. Subtract. 4 minus 4 is 0. 6 minus 6 is 0. Ooh, so we have no remainder and we have nothing to bring down. So our total quotient or answer is 384. Let me write it right here because I know I have that line right here. 384 is my answer or my quotient. So I put quotient. Always circle your answers for me so I can find them nice and easy. Okay, so now that we did these two practice problems together, you're going to do the next problems here on Schoology by yourself. Make sure that you write the problems behind this paper. If you need space, do these 2 sheets. Remember, when you send me your work, you have to take a picture of both sheets in one picture, or if you upload 2 pictures, they have to be in the same time that you submit your assignment. Okay? Any questions? Let me know.